What's up, guys? We're back with more Final Fantasy 2. Yeah, I'm really excited about this. I'm just really excited about this series in general, though. I'm really excited about playing the game and just like going into territory that I just haven't been in yet. So there's a lot to do this episode, a lot that happens. You think I just leveled up Thunder? I mean, I leveled up a bunch of her things, and like I did a bunch of grinding off camera because, you know, that's what I do. Like I said, something I want to do off camera. I just think like perpetual battles and stuff. It might get a little boring if it's not fun for me. It's probably not going to be fun for you guys. Maria's level up. No, just leveled up Thunder again. Her intelligence leveled up. But anyway, I'm gonna be recording this. I really haven't been doing much Final Fantasy, just with all the other stuff I've had going on. And I apologize if I sound tired. It's been like a really long day, and I'm just looking forward to bed. But my thoughts for this series is that, like, you know, ideally I'd like to get an episode of this out every other day, but because this is like post commentary and stuff, and I honestly prefer to do this post commentary. As opposed to Skyrim, which I am switching over to doing live commentary on, because just from what I've done so far with live commentary, it's just so much easier. But, you know, for this type of a game, I think, yeah, I think I'm going to keep it in post. But, you know, of course that means like that extra level of work for me after I'm done recording it. It has to be rendered out, it has to be edited. I gotta record it, the post commentary, it's gotta be rendered out, you know. There's just so much stuff. There's just so much stuff that goes into videos. I don't think really people understand. I really didn't even understand until you know, I started doing it myself. But you know, we just don't sit around playing video games all day. I actually haven't played video games for like recreationally in like weeks, honestly. And I mean, that doesn't bother me because like I wasn't like that big into video games anyway, but the past couple of years till I start, you know, doing this, till I start picking up this is like my return to video games pretty much. But I guess I can't go into the castle, it's not letting me. Oh, something about this town, like all the guards, not the guards, but the Imperial, the bad guys are like everywhere. You can't talk to any of them. If you do, you're gonna get into a fight, and don't even try to, like right here, don't even try to fight them because they're pretty much invincible in this stage of the game. I don't know if there's any way you can beat them. Like, look, that's a ridiculous amount of damage. And yeah, I can basically only dent him with magic, and I'm not sure if it is possible to beat him at this stage, but I just know like I couldn't do it, and probably not gonna try again. But anyway, yeah, I died, and I had to like go back and, you know, basically replay all that because I forgot to save, which, you know, dumb move on my part. So I had to like actually re-level up my spells and stuff just so everything was on, you know, where it was supposed to be and whatnot. I gotta give this guy the password too. never fucking ends. And you think like one of the Imperials like might be smart enough to like maybe listen in, or I don't know. It's not like terribly a real complicated password system. Like I'm pretty sure anyone would like be able to unravel it and whatnot. This soldier is for the rebels. He's on our side, and guess he's dying. He's dying. Prince Scott. So some guy betrayed us, huh? Come on, dude. I think it would bring her great comfort, actually, if he were to tell her, if she was to get that message. I think it would, assuming she loves him back. He just disappears. That's what happens when you stand up. You shouldn't have stood up. You could have had a good five more minutes of living if you just stayed in bed. Could have lived an extra 5 minutes of life if you just stayed in bed. Also, one thing I noticed about this is there's actually the English spelling in this version of the game. Like it's I don't know, European port of the game. PAL region, I think. I don't know, I forget what it's called. But you see like favor, words like favor are spelled F-A-V-O-U-R instead of just O-R at the end. I am playing this on an emulator. I'm not for emulators either, but like, I have the game, I own it. I just think for recording purposes, this is just so much easier than pulling out a Game Boy Advance and buying whatever kind of adapter is required for that. This is just so much more like convenient, practical. So I'm playing on an emulator, and I guess I downloaded like a European PAL region version of the game without realizing it. It's not really a big deal to me. Like I can deal with the weird spelling of words. I honestly didn't even notice it until maybe my second or third time recording footage for this game. And this is real unfortunate right here. I realize what's going on. I'm like, I gotta get the fuck out of here. But it's too late. Spoiler alert, it's too late. My guys die again. And I gotta start all the way back over from where I was. I have to redo everything yet again, so we're gonna cut to that and be right back. Alright, so we're back in Altair. I guess what I did wrong there was that I drifted too far away from the lake or whatever. I drifted too far away from the coastline, and that's a big no-no apparently. If what I'm reading online is right, which it appears to be right. So I'm looking for the rebel hideout, and I found it. Just like looking around, talking to people. trying to get a sense of what's going on. I try resting these beds. I don't know if it's this game or another game. I just remember like something similar looking. I was able to just like sleep in the beds. Apparently you can't do that in this game. You have to go out and buy a hotel room. The rebels do not really take good care of their soldiers. I mean, I guess I'm not a soldier yet technically, from the standpoint of the narrative. But I am close enough. Like, I mean, you got all those open beds. Might as well like give us a couple. You know, let's borrow one or two. Why not? Why the fuck not? Alright, so now she makes us official. We're officially part of their like little army or whatever, and we gotta go find Mithril, because if we have this material, we can beat the Empire. We will be able to at least, you know, be on like somewhat equal footing with them. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go find this Joseph guy, and MINWU is gonna come with us. And that's really cool because he's like, you know, pretty high in level. At least his spells are. He's got like a full set of spells. Pretty much all of them are useless though, except for the cure ones that he has. He's really like over leveled, I think. Like, I don't think he really even needs to be, like, we don't have that much HP in the first place, so he doesn't really need to be like that that high leveled in all of his spells. And he gives us his canoe, so we get to have that to cross over the river to where we need to be. We need to go to, like, in this part we go to like Paloom or Poft, I forget the town's names right now, but we go to like a bunch of different towns in search of this mithril bullshit. There's all of his spells right there. There's all of them. See, look how many, it's ridiculous, and 99% of them are pretty much useless. Basuna, what the hell is that? Life, I know what that is. Oh well. Better to have them and like not need them than like be in a circumstance where you like, do need them and you don't have it. Like, that would suck. That's like the real sign of stupidity right there. We're gonna sleep. We're gonna take a little nap. MINWU doesn't need a nap, but we do. So I guess MINWU is just gonna go along with it. Why not? Got an arrow in my back. I'm just gonna take a nap, sleep it off a bit. It'll be fine when I wake up. I buy a buckler thingy for MINWU, like leather stuff for him, because he doesn't have any of that. I don't even know why I bothered, because he's not even gonna be in our party for that long, from what I remember. But there you go. He's got everything. He's got everything we have. I actually think he has like a body piece, chest piece, whatever, that's a little bit better than what we have. Look at his HP and MP, like, he obviously does not belong with us. We're a bunch of, we're ragtag bunch of startups, and he's like a professional, he's a seasoned pro. It just kind of clashes with our whole operation, our whole like group. Like, we're trying to create a certain like little vibe, and he's just like, he's throwing that off. This is weird. You see a bunch of us, we're dressed in rags and shit, and like he's got these elaborate robes on. It just doesn't look like I think people, if you saw that in the street, people would like double take, like, oh, that guy does not belong with them. He's like, he looks too fancy. But with this canoe, we can cross the lake, and we can get to this place, which I believe is Paloom. And there's a little ship out there, and that ship will take us to another continent, or another side of this continent. I don't know what the map looks like. I don't even think there's an option to look at a map on this. At least I haven't found it. I'm pretty sure I pressed all the buttons, but maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's like a combination of buttons you have to press. I did play a game like that before. Your staff level increased, that's good. So I have played games like that where you have to press like A and R and X and Y and Z to like use the map. Just something ridiculous, like they're trying to hide it from us. Isn't there a cheat code in like one of like a really old game? Maybe it's Final Fantasy. Maybe it's the original Nintendo version of Final Fantasy. Like a cheat code is looking at the map. Like you have to use a cheat code to look at the fucking map. Like how cruel is that? Just games back then were just cruel as hell. Super Mario Bros. 3, I remember playing that when I was like 5. I thought it had just come out, but apparently that's another game that was around before I was born. But I remember playing that like when it came out, thinking it was all new and shit, and God, it was hard. Those games were just unforgiving. You make one little mistake, and they're like, nope, try again. You don't even get a checkpoint, you're just brought back to the beginning of the level, to the beginning of the first level of the first world. It's more infuriating than anything. Gaming back then was more like beating your head against the wall. Like I don't even know why I played video games back then. I guess, you know, just to have it, but like it was literally like the most frustrating experience ever. That's the only thing I can compare it to, beating your head against the wall. I cannot think of any other analogy that just matches it better. And then we got a Nintendo 64. And it was like, wait, what? Like, I thought Super Mario Bros. 3 just came out. Now we're playing like a 3D crazy version. Like, what's going on here? I don't know. It was fun. Definitely preferred the 64. We had a lot of fun with that growing up. I don't know if that makes me like old or young or whatever, that I don't like really remember having good memories playing. I don't really have any memories playing the original Nintendo, but like all my memories, like a good bit of my memories from childhood revolve around the Nintendo 64. Just like with being around friends and playing that. How'd I even get on this subject? Talking about old games. The original Final Fantasy, I actually downloaded it recently on the Virtual Console for the Wii. And that's like, it was real frustrating at first. Downloaded it maybe like, I don't know, back in November, December. I don't know, it was... No, I actually downloaded it the last time my brother was home, back in July, August, more like August, yeah, August. I downloaded it in August, and it was very frustrating when I first started it, but you know, like I did a bit of grinding, and it wasn't that bad. It was not that bad after I got into it. Like, a lot of the spells are weird, you don't really know what they do. I mean, you find out eventually, like, you find out they're like modern day equivalent. But it's actually a pretty fun game. I'd recommend downloading that if you have the means to, if you have a Wii or whatever, Wii U. Pretty boss. It's definitely worth experiencing. And that is the game, now that I think about it, that the cheat code is to look at the fucking map. You have to cheat to look at the fucking map. Guess you could get it online though nowadays. Like they probably have plenty of plenty of maps. Google image search of like Final Fantasy 2 map. I should do that. Next time I record, I'm just gonna look at the map beforehand, just so I know where I am, like in relative. It's nice to know where you are. So we just bought a bunch of leather stuff, and now we're like bronze. Bronze is the new rage in Paloom. Bronze, it's all about the bronze. So I try to get as much as I can, and I even go out and grind a little bit, come back, so I can afford it. And I'm not sure if I deck myself out in it entirely by the time the episode's over, but you know, it's good enough. I'm probably not going to go too crazy about keeping up with all the latest armors and weapons, because you know, there's like just a new one that's going to come out 10 minutes later. It's like the iPhone, kind of. By the time you get to the door, like, there's a better one that just came out. Alright, so we got authorization to use this guy's ship to go to the far end of the continent. You can actually walk there, I found out, but I'd just rather take the boat. I feel like I've got enough levels. I feel confident in my ability to get through this game with, you know, the rate I'm going now, of story progression versus grinding. Bafsk. I can't even pronounce that. I don't even know how you would pronounce that. It's a city to the east, though. Myriads, this is Sid. This is the first just the first appearance of Sid in any Final Fantasy game. Final Fantasy 2 was the debut of Sid, and he's like the airship guy in pretty much every game. Like every game, he's like associated most of the time, I guess, if not all the time, with an airship. Be it that he like owns it or steals it or like finds it or like is a mechanic. He's usually a mechanic or pilot or something. And there's like so many different incarnations of Sid. Wonder where they got that name from. Like I wonder what name, like where they inspired, got the inspiration from Sid. I know Biggs and Wedge, which is another trope of the Final Fantasy series, is, you know, from the first Star Wars movie, Episode 4, the first Star Wars. So Sid's definitely a good guy, one of my favorite. He's like definitely the highlight of any Final Fantasy game, in my opinion. Especially in Final Fantasy 7. He was fucking amazing in Final Fantasy 7. Man, I don't care what anyone says. He was fucking incredible. What does he say? He says like, sit down and drink your goddamn tea or something. Like, I would like to go over Sid's house for tea. Final Fantasy VII's Sid's house for tea. I would love that. That would be a great experience. So we're like far up north, sort of. I guess just by looking at the mountains. No, I could be wrong. We might just be like in the center of the world. I don't know how geography works. I'm kind of rusty on geography. Yeah, I know I'm pretty strong because like these guys like want to run away instead of fighting me. Which is annoying as hell when you're trying to level shit up, like people just running away. Oh, something I meant to say about this Sid thing. Apparently there's like this new Sid in Final Fantasy 15. I've been looking at that a lot. She's Sydney, or Sydney, I don't know. Sydney would make more sense. But she's like the female version of Sid. She's like this mechanic who wears like no clothes, or just a very let's just say it's a very impractical outfit for a mechanic. So that's caused quite a controversy. Apparently, that and Tifa's tits in the Final Fantasy VII remake, among feminist groups, I think, because women with big tits or something can't be awesome martial arts experts who like suplex fucking trains. That's a no-no. I don't know. I consider myself a feminist, but I think like battles like that. I know I'm getting into like probably territory I shouldn't go into, but it's a character in a video game. Like, I mean, save your battles for something bigger. It's not even like she's like a, what do I want to say? She's not even like a negative female character. She's like an empowering one. She's like strong-willed, and she's like actually like physically strong. Like, she'll kick your ass. So I think Tifa's like a pretty positive influence for just women in general. Thinking, my goal for this is every other day, if not, 3 times a week. I think 3 times a week, just with my schedule right now, might be more doable. Still don't like have everything like together yet as far as like a schedule goes, work schedule. I'm kind of like doing everything at once, because I got the website going too. Might do a blog post on just a little bit later on, what my plans are and like where I'm gonna fit everything, what's gonna be like, how frequent you can expect everything I'm recording, because I've actually been recording a lot of things. I just haven't gotten up yet. But so I'll probably do a blog post on the website. Links in the description, lastsoyyourdemons.com. Shameless cheap plug. Sorry about that. I hate that. I won't make a habit of it, but just for the future of the channel, check it out. So we're coming to the end of the video. And next time we're going to do that mithril stuff. We're going to go in the mines and look for the mithril. So see you then.